Today is the Yohrtzeit of, I would say, one of the or the most important woman, definitely of our generation and of all time. And if you wonder what I'm talking about, listen up. But first, let's say thank you to Hashem for the miracles and praying to Hashem for the miracles that He's going to continue to do to protect Am Yisrael on the battlefields, on the political battlefields, from friends and from enemies. Mizmor l'Soil, Rila Adonai kol ha'atzim v'desadenu b'simcha bo lefanav v'nono. Luke Adonai limu sanu v'lo anachtam v'tzay marisa v'yosher v'soil chatzorisa b'silo hoydole b'ach shemoy ki toy v'adonai l'olam chazdoi v'yadoy v'doy emunasoy, and let us give tzedakah. Vav Tishri today, the 6th day of the month of Tishri, the Yohrtzeit of the Rebbe Tzanchane. The Rebbe Tzanchane, the mother of the Rebbe. And that's why she's the most important woman in history. She gave birth to the Rebbe who we anticipate any moment to reveal himself completely and finally as Mashiach. So who can there be more important? Now, who was the Rebbe Tzanchane? I'll just give you a little synopsis, a little story, which tells it all. The Rebbe Tzanchane was the wife of Reb Levi Yitzchak Schneerson, who was the Rav Yekaterinslav. As we mentioned in the past, unfortunately, he passed away due to being exiled for his activities to preserve Yiddishkeit at that time under communist regime. But here is a story, just to indicate how the Rebbetzin was a full, complete partner in the activities of Reb Levi, but not just a partner. She created the environment in the home for Reb Levi to be able to do what he had to do. And here's a little, let's say, a little story. In 1935, when the Soviet oppression was in its peak, one night, 11 p.m., a knock heard on the door. Frightening situation. Who is knocking? But then turns out an elderly woman came into the apartment. She looked around nervously to make sure there is no one else besides the rabbi, Reb Levi, and his family. And she said to Reb Levi, whispering, I'm coming from a very distant city. I cannot identify my name. In an hour, exactly at midnight, my daughter and future son-in-law will be here too. They're both serving in high-level government positions. For them to come here is fraught with danger. But I begged them to have a proper kosher wedding. And they agreed on the condition that you will do it, but at this time of the night when nobody will be able to find them, able to see them. So I came in advance to tell you this is what's going to happen. Please, Rabbi, don't refuse me. Indeed, midnight, the couple arrived. They were brought into a side room so that no one would see them. While Reb Levi was preparing the ketubah with all the names and everything that necessary to make a proper wedding, he also needed a minyan. So there was himself, the chassan, but he needed another 8. Somehow, Reb Levi, the Rebbetzin, was able to get, even at that late hour, 7 people. There's missing a tent. A 10th person is missing. Time is moving on. People are nervous. It's fraught with danger. And then Reb Levi says, the gatekeeper is Jewish. Now, the gatekeeper wasn't just there to keep the gate, but the gatekeeper was appointed by the Russian government to check on Reb Levi, his comings, his goings, and who is coming, who is going, and reported to the communist government. But he's Jewish. So Reb Levi says, let's go get him. Reb Levi sent a messenger to him, calling on him to come up. He came to the apartment. And Reb Levi tells him, I need a tent for the minyan. The guy nearly jumped out of his skin. Me? You know who I am. I know who you are. But after all is said and done, you're Jewish. And right now, you're going to be the 10th to the million as a Jew and not as an employee of the government. He couldn't refuse. The chuppah was done. Nobody saw because the rabbis made sure there should be a curtain covering the Chassan Kala, except for a Blevik and one other person who had to be the edis, the witness. And believe it or not, this gatekeeper never reported this event. The Rebbitzin participated in all this equally. Are we surprised that she gave birth to Moshiach?